Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Blue Ribbon Lounge
podcast.
It's a podcast for your ears.
In a lounge, in a basement.
Underground,
For
deep
your
underground, deep under snow.
Yes.
The snow and ice.
8 inches.
It's a good size.
You got 4 and 4.
4 and 4?
Yeah.
It was kind of heavy. That first one was heavy as all get out.
Yeah, maybe it was closer to 6.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't keep track.
My back is measured at 6 inches of pain.
Yes.
On the painometer. It is the season.
Yes, it is.
I feel like we just had a holiday, and that was Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
The third Thursday.
I feel like Thanksgiving's like a Christmas warm-up.
Yeah.
Because you got the food, you got the family, you just don't have all the other stuff.
Presents?
Shopping.
Shopping.
Carols,
lights?
Yeah.
I like the lights. I got out all my dang Christmas lights. None of them friggin' worked.
Oh, no.
Changed all the fuses. I was like about to test all the lights, and I was just like, man, fuck this.
No lights this year.
No. And actually, I'm pretty upset because my neighbors got some up, and I'm like, I should have lights up. I'll get them when they're cheap afterwards.
We don't really do outside lights. We do the inside pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're all decorated up. We got 3 trees.
3 trees, Dave?
Yeah, and a tiny one that sits on the bookshelf.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
My wife did Festival of Trees.
Yeah.
Did I talk about this last time?
Yeah.
I think.
Krampus tree.
Yeah, Krampus tree. It got Best in Show.
Ooh, that's cool.
But we were talking about our tree, and she calls it a scribble tree.
Okay.
Because it's like all different handmade ornaments and you know, ones that gifts and stuff like that. And I was like, I like that.
Yeah, I like it being like different because we were putting up our trees and we have like the main
3 of them.
Yeah, we have the main one, and then we have like an inclusive tree, and then we have
What's this inclusive tree?
where it's a rainbow.
Oh, okay,
For
that's cool.
Everyone, you know.
Okay.
And then we got an all white one.
Racist.
It's white. It's not.
Oh, okay.
It's all snow tree.
Okay.
And usually the main tree she'll want like a color theme kind of going on.
Okay.
And then the white one's just for like all the scribble ornaments.
Yeah, yeah.
But I always like to sneak like ones into the main tree, so that way you're like looking at it and it's not just all like the ball ornaments. Sometimes it'll be like Wednesday or Batman or Chewbacca.
Sneak them in there.
Yeah, sneak them in there. Because one of my favorite things when I was a kid was going to my grandma's house and then looking at her tree and seeing all the ornaments, because she always like had cool ones or ones you could pull and the arms move, or little ones you can wind up and they like a train goes around and stuff. Yeah.
Those are a good time.
Yeah. And I was thinking when we were doing our tree, I'm like, you know, we don't really stop to appreciate Christmas trees as much as we used to, because kids nowadays, they're just like iPad, cell phone.
Yeah.
They don't have an hour to waste just staring at a Christmas tree.
Yeah, that's one thing I like at the Festival of Trees. Well, it's, you know, sidestep of what you're saying. Like they have this model train setup, and they always have like a board on the side that's like, find this mailman or this ice skating lady.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was like that. I was a big I Spy kid.
Yeah. Where's Waldo?
Yeah, but that would be kind of cool to, you know, if you got some little kids, and it's kind of tough because like you want to decorate with them.
Yeah.
But then also it'd be cool to decorate a tree and be like, find all your favorite ornaments.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think the German folks, they had a pickle.
Yeah, the pickle. They do that in downtown Davenport.
Yeah, they had pickles around.
The Great Pickle Hunt.
Yeah, and I think that's a way to get people to check out your Christmas tree while they're looking for the pickle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I like that stuff. I like I Spies. I was at the bookstore not today, but over the weekend there was that comic book show.
Oh, okay.
And I was in the puzzles and games section.
Yeah.
And it's like 90% coloring books. I was looking for does I Spy still putting shit out? I didn't see one though.
I've seen them, but
in stores now lately.
Yeah, I think there's also a game.
I have a Dungeons and Dragons one.
I Spy.
Yeah,
that's quite.
It's not I Spy branded, but it's like the concept.
Right.
Yeah. A seek and find.
Right. Because I've seen the game where you like the card will be like red, and you try to find as many red things as you can, like in a picture.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Fun
Stuff. Speaking of fun, do you guys do gingerbread houses?
No, but they have those at Festival. My entire holiday this year is going to be based on Festival of Trees and how much fun it was.
Yeah.
But we were talking about doing one.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. The largest gingerbread house it was built in 2013.
Ooh, was it like the size of a friggin' house? They made gingerbread bricks?
Yes, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was done by the Traditions Club at Texas A&M.
Okay.
In Bryan, Texas, Bryan.
Oh, I was like, is this a fellow's name?
Yeah, well, I thought it was Byron, but I think it's Bryan. But it was 60 feet long.
Wow.
42 feet wide and 10 feet tall.
Damn.
And pictures this thing. It's an actual like ranch house.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And they said it took 1,800 pounds of butter.
Oh. In this economy? Oh, it was in 2013.
Yeah. 7,200 eggs.
Okay. Can't do that now.
Right.
You go broke.
Same amount of 7,200 pounds of flour. 3,000 pounds of brown sugar, 180 ounces of ginger.
Dang, where do you find a bowl to stir all this in?
I know. Unless they were just making it brick by brick.
Yeah, they had to have.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be stirring it up in the Grand Canyon.
Right. And it was decorated with 22,304 pieces of candy.
Whoa.
And they said if you were to eat the whole thing, you would consume...
Die of diabetes?
Right. 35,823,400 calories.
Oh, God, my heart is cramping.
Yeah. And they have a website, and it kind of made it seem like it's still standing, still hanging around.
I mean... If it's into the rain
in Texas,
yeah, not a lot of rain.
It didn't say it was torn down or anything. They had it like the website made it seem like you could still go visit because it's like the proceeds go to,
or maybe they upkeep it, you know,
St. Jude's or whatever,
or maybe they like covered it in resin or something.
Ooh, maybe
that'd be interesting.
Shellac it.
Just go inside and start licking everything.
Yeah. The largest gingerbread village, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, is in Corona, New York.
Corona, New York.
Yeah, and it's called Gingerbread Lane, and it consists of 1,251 gingerbread houses.
Oh.
And it was all done by this John Lovovich. And the pictures I saw of it kind of looks like shit. They're all kind of slanted and it's like kind of goopy.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if after a while you just kind of like...
Because it's held together with frosting.
Yeah. But in Bergen, Norway, they have a thing and it's called Pepperkurburgeren.
Google that.
Pepperkakebyen.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's Norway. So, but they get all the local, or maybe not the local, but a lot of elementary schools to participate.
Oh, okay.
So then the elementary school kids make houses, and they said that on their website they had over 2,000 houses.
Oh.
And all their houses, they look really good because it was like individuals doing each house instead of just one guy
slapping it together.
Yeah, exactly. But gingerbread houses go back to the 1800s.
Whoa.
Yeah, it actually goes back. Gingerbread goes back before that.
Yeah.
Because in the spice trade.
Yeah. Where's ginger come from?
The East.
The East.
Well, it would have came from China or India or the Middle East because Europe got it through the spice trade on the spice road.
Southeast Asia. Yeah.
And
Far East.
they started using ginger in breads because it's like a preservative.
Okay.
So it makes them last longer. And they would also use it a lot in meats because any kind of like cured or pickled meat, the ginger would really cover up the taste.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Of like, is that, starts with a V? What was that juice, that liquid? You can clean your clothes with it.
Vinegar?
Vinegar, yeah. That's what pickled is?
Yeah, it gets rid of that vinegar taste. And it was also used for remedy for upset stomachs and nausea.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And then
ginger ale to settle your stomach.
Yeah. Oh, that's 2 and 2 put together. But they also started combining it with cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove.
Okay.
And that was the beginning of pumpkin spice.
Whoa, shit. Changed our world, man.
Yeah, because they would mix it with, because it helped preserve baked goods. And in the wintertime, of course, they're using more of it to help preserve it through the winter when the grain's not readily available. And I want to say like Eastern Europe, like Croatia and those countries over there, they started making gingerbread cookies, but they were kind of like animal crackers where they would shape them like gingerbread men or horses or camels and things like that. And Queen Elizabeth, the first one, in the late 1500s, started making gingerbread portraits of like not famous, but like whatever, famous people that would come to her house.
Yeah,
like dignitaries,
like well-to-do people.
Yeah, dignitaries and stuff like that. She would have the kitchen make up these gingerbread men or women, and then they would decorate them to look like the people.
Well, that's kind of cool. I was thinking like I had this, it's like a core memory of when I was a kid. I went to my buddy's house after Christmas, and his little sister got this Barbie thing, and it was all a bunch of plates, and it was like a puzzle where you put the plates down in the right order and it made Barbie's head.
Oh, okay.
You know, so I was like, you know, bisected, like, and I'm like, that I thought that's where you were going with like making portraits where they would like
stack it up.
Yeah, they would stack up the flats of gingerbread.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So gingerbread, that made it popular, obviously, because if the queen's doing it, then other people are going to do little portraits.
We've always had elites leading the way.
Yeah, and gingerbread became so popular that they actually started a gingerbread guild.
Whoa!
To control the output of gingerbread.
Whoa!
So only certain bakers could bake with ginger. Except...
And when this was like back in the old times, right?
Yeah, like
because you couldn't just fly a plane full of ginger,
right? Between
somewhere.
the 15 and 1800s.
So if you got some dumbass baker like bunking up a bunch of gingerbread, you're like
burning it.
Yeah, you're like really ruining like a valuable resource at that point.
And on Easter and Christmas, they would relax the whatever.
The mafioso stranglehold on it.
Because I don't think it was necessarily like a law. It was more just like the guild was
in charge of distributing or something.
Yeah, and so they would, lax up a little bit so then anybody could bake with it. And that's why, because of like around Easter and Christmas, there was more of it. So then it got associated with the holidays. And then...
Yeah, that's interesting that like you need it to preserve bread. So like if you cut a baker off from it, then he would just like not be able to make as much like product.
Right.
I would guess.
It'd have to be fresher, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in 1812, Jacob and William Grimm put out their collection of fairy tales.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And in the collection was Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
Where they went to the witch's house in the woods.
Yeah.
That was a gingerbread house.
Yeah.
Made out of sweets and candies and everything like that. And that story was super popular. So then bakers would start making little like dioramas of the witch's house.
That's cool.
And selling them. And they, of course, 1820, 1813, they were like the Tickle Me Elmo of Christmas. So like all the kids, everybody wanted a gingerbread house.
Mommy, you better give me a gingerbread house, goddammit.
And they were like, waiting for the baker to open, and it's like Black Friday. They all rush in.
Oh, that's crazy. That's an interesting thing to consider, that like before you had hot commodity toys and video games, it was like perishables.
Yeah.
Or like, I guess even like the concept of like peppermint sticks and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you got a bunch of them because it was Christmas.
Right, and that's probably the only time of the year you would get
would get a lot of candy. Yeah.
And and plus with the decorations on how the houses looked, they looked festive and winter like, so then they kind of stuck as being a staple around Christmas time.
Oh, that's cool. So did you guys make one?
No.
Have you ever?
We have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done it.
We do it, but then it's almost like, here, throw this away later.
Because you want to keep it and look at it, and then you got little kids' snotty hands all over it.
Yeah, I mean, you can rip the gumdrops off the roof and stuff, but nobody, I think, ever eats the gingerbread itself.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't had a lot of gingerbread if I've ever had it.
Yeah, I think because I had some great aunts, and they were bakers, and I'm sure I've had gingerbread, and probably wasn't a big seller.
Yeah, maybe I'll try to make some gingerbread.
I'd rather have your fudge and pies. We don't want this
pies for sure,
man. He looks cute, but just lick the frosting off and throw the cookie away. Yeah,
cool. Yeah, that's I think we did a history of Christmas episode.
Yeah, we did.
And
we called it the Her Story.
Oh yeah.
So if you're just looking at the title, you might think it's about women empowerment in Christmas.
But we're not that woke.
No, we're
just
inclusive.
But yeah, I love a good story of like how like necessity begats tradition.
Yeah, and it was kind of interesting because once you hear it that it came from Hansel and Gretel, you're like, oh yeah, duh. I'd never put that together ever until I was looking up gingerbread.
Did the Brothers Grimm did the Brothers Grimm invent those stories, or did they just put like darker twists on old stories?
They traveled around and got a lot of because back in the day it was oral tradition to pass around stories, and so then they went around and just got all of these stories that were normally passed down orally and then collected them all into one big book.
So they kind of like they just like spread it. Yeah. And they like documented it for kind of like history, so these stories wouldn't get lost. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of shoveling snow, I stumbled across this blizzard of 1949.
Yeah.
It was a series of hella devastating ass snowstorms hitting the northern Great Plains area, Nebraska, Wyoming, Dakotas. The first and biggest start of the blizzard was on Sunday, January 2nd, 1949, and it lasted for 3 days.
Oh, a 3-day blizzard?
Yeah. And it was like super cold, hella high winds. And so like the snow itself, it was so cold. It was like this perfect cold front from the west and then down from Canada at the same time. It was like wetness from the west or something, and then coldness from the north.
A polar vortex.
Some shit like that, yeah. And so instead of being like flakes of snow, they were like little tiny pieces of hail.
Okay.
So they were like round and hard and frozen.
Yeah.
And people like kind of equated it to being like pieces of like salt.
Okay.
So it was like, and then when it would settle, it would like compacted, and in some areas it was like concrete.
Oh, like a iceberg kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had heard people talking about, like, there were stories of them blasting it out with, like, cement, like dynamite and shit. But so the wind was going crazy, like, for this 3 whole days, and so you were getting snowdrifts up to like 20 feet high.
Okay.
And like up to like 100 feet long or something.
Yeah.
And it was shortly after the holidays, January 2nd.
Yeah.
So people were traveling home from your Christmases and your New Year's and stuff. And a bunch of cars got trapped in this storm.
I'm sure, yeah.
And so they would pull over and try to wait it out, and these cars were like dying, or like the engine block was freezing and stuff like that. Eventually people started abandoning their cars, and so like when they got out, they would like, they were traveling, so they didn't have like necessities, but they had like clothes and stuff, so they were just like bundling up and putting on all their clothes to stay warm. And so I guess maybe those were necessities, but they didn't have like, you know, blankets and heaters and shit. And I even heard stories of people like stuffing, like ripping out their car seats and stuffing the cushion into their clothes as insulation. It kind of is, and so obviously, like the cities and the states and townships or whatever's in these areas had plows, so they started trying to plow out these drifts, and they would be cutting the snow, and bang, all of a sudden hit like a parked car.
Yeah, it's buried under 20 feet of snow.
Yeah, and then also people weren't just like traveling by car, but also by train. So around like 50 trains carrying 8,000 people got, like, I heard both that they would get into snowdrifts and not be able to move, but I also heard that they would like freeze to the tracks because it's just like metal on metal.
Yeah.
And so like some were close enough to where the trains were evacuated and they were taken to like the closest train station.
Yeah.
And like people piled in there to try to keep warm. But they also had these massive train car like auger things. Like kind of like a giant train sized snowblower.
Okay, yeah.
And it just had this fucking big drill fucking auger thing on the front.
Yeah.
And so first they had to like plow or hand shovel out enough room to get the thing on the tracks or however they did it.
Auger onto it.
Yeah. And then so they would be plowing and before I say that, so in this snowstorm area, it was like 70 people died and like over 100,000 livestock, or hundreds of thousands of livestock starved or froze to death.
Yeah.
So back to the trains, these train auger snow shovel things were like throwing snow, and then bang, it would hit a frozen cow or something.
Yeah, like
just like a frozen solid hunk of meat.
Yeah.
And it would fuck up the blades, and so they'd take it back to the shop and fix it.
Yeah.
And by the time they brought it back, the wind was blowing so bad that they had to like essentially start over.
Yeah. Jeez.
And eventually the president, who I had written down, but my notes have been so bad I think I accidentally deleted it, but he called for a state of emergency in the area.
Yeah. So
the Army Corps of Engineers launched Operation Snowbound in late January to help clear roads and rescue people and shit. And so they're like using tracked vehicles to get over snow. They're doing like a lot of the plowing. And then so that was the government, but a lot of other just like people started trying to help. As the people started being able to get out of their houses, they would help everybody else who they hadn't gotten to yet.
Right.
At one point, they were trying to shovel this like 60-mile stretch of road, and it was like dozens of guys shoveling at the rate of like 1 mile per hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was like a lot of people coming together for stuff like that. And then the Air Force was like dropping food and medicine and hay for animals. And they even had these planes with skis on it.
Yeah.
For like landing on the snow, I guess.
Okay.
And I'm like, I guess maybe they brought them down from like Alaska and Canada.
Yeah.
Or maybe they have them up there because they do normally just get a lot of snow.
Right.
But they would like fly in doctors and stuff. And for places without telephones, they were like putting it over the radio. They were giving them codes and stuff.
Yeah.
To like write in the snow or something. And then like planes would be flying over and see like a signal that they need medicine or they need food or something. And so they drop that stuff on them. And like people that were stuck on the road for so long and like, you know, getting out and because eventually your car runs out of gas and you're just going to freeze to death in your car. But there were a lot of stories of like people walking to like the closest farmhouse and then the farmers just taking them in.
Yeah.
And some places were so packed that people had to like sleep in shifts and stuff. And
oh, okay. Hot racket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe the more people you get in there, the easier it is to stay a little warm. You know?
You get enough body heat.
Yeah. And then there were stories of like the snowdrift's so high that you couldn't see out the windows.
Yeah.
And you couldn't open your front door because like you're like I would think not every farm had, you know, a storm door.
Right.
But for the ones that do, that opens out.
Right.
You know, so if you got a bunch of snow there, people were like taking the glass off the door or like popping the door off the hinges to be able to like maneuver it out to get outside.
Yeah.
And they'd have to dig like trenches or tunnels to get to like other areas of the farm.
Jeez.
Because I mean, I don't know exactly how it works, but maybe your like food cellar isn't accessible from the inside, depending on how old the house is.
Right.
And so like I thought that was kind of funny. And then with those big drifts, like this area is generally pretty flat.
Yeah.
You know, and now kids have these 20-foot snow drifts where they can just like climb onto their barn over a snowdrift and jump off or sled for the first time.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. And it was like for some areas, it was like 6 weeks before they were able to get plowed out.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of cool with just like, you know, people taking in refugees because a storm like that, it's like, you know, I don't know what the price to drive or train or whatever from, you know, California to like New York.
Right.
But if you got the cash to do that and maybe you're a little well-to-do, as soon as you're stuck in snow, it doesn't matter how much money you have.
Right. It's a good equalizer.
Yeah. And so, you know, you got some ritzy guys that need help and some, you know, humble farmers are like, yeah, come on in.
Yeah.
Have some ginger pickled meat. And
right.
But I thought that was funny. Well, one, just we got 8 inches or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fucking.
Right.
But, and it's like almost all melted. And then the concept of the great equalizer of nature and also, you know, parents got to shovel everything out and kids are outside playing, sledding for the first time.
Right. Because, it's like probably 18 years ago or something, we got a foot of snow in one go. And that was a pain in the ass to get around in. I couldn't imagine it dumping for 3 days straight. Like 20-foot drifts.
Well, yeah, and it's like, man, as soon as it starts snowing, it's like everybody forgets how to drive. And my kid is driving for the first time. He drove over here for the first time by himself.
Yeah.
And so that was like, you know, my little boy's growing up, but also like, oh my God, fucking be careful out there.
Right.
I was driving. I was trying to talk to him because he's driving now, and I was like, man, you got to be careful because like my truck, it's got 4-wheel drive, but it's not always on. Yeah. And then as I'm telling him this truck flies out turning right off of a road in front of us and totally spins out. His ass then goes in the wrong side of traffic, and there wasn't an accident or anything, but it was just like, see?
Yeah. 4-wheel drive doesn't mean 4-wheel stop.
Yeah, and I was like, no matter how long you think you're going to need to stop, double it.
Right.
Maybe even double it again.
Yeah, I don't mind going slow, and it annoys me when people get on my ass, especially if it's snowy out. It's like, well, if I have to stop suddenly, you're right there.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, I don't care. Go around me. Like,
yeah, I was driving home from work and it wasn't snowing, but the semi in front of me, the trailer must have been parked somewhere for a while, and all the snow was blowing off me. I could hardly see in front and behind me.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was like being in the middle of a blizzard.
You're right. Yeah, that's crazy. I've seen stuff from like old pictures of Wisconsin where they used to have to put like long flags on their car.
Oh.
Because when they would come up to an intersection, the drifts and stuff would be so high that they couldn't see the cars. They'd have to look for the flag above the plow line or whatever.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Makes me think of shopping carts in a grocery store.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, speaking of cold winters, back in the day, when I got close to the solstice, and now I don't know, the winter solstice, does it start getting lighter on the other side, or does it start getting darker?
It starts getting lighter.
Okay.
The summer solstice, it starts getting... No. You're right. It starts getting darker.
Yeah. Okay. But in ancient Britannia, that's when they kind of had I don't know if they were Celts, because that was more north, so it was more like the Welsh, I'm guessing, or like whatever their ancient kind of humans were. They kind of equated the winter solstice to being more of like a time closer to dead people. Okay, so the winter solstice is the shortest day and longest night of the year. Yeah.
So after that, the days get longer.
Okay. But yeah, because the nights were so long, they kind of saw that as when the like veil between death and living was like thinner.
Yeah.
So they would used to tell a lot of ghost stories.
Hell yeah.
During the winter solstice.
Hell yeah.
And especially since the days were shorter, if you're working in a field or outside, you're inside more, and you're huddled.
Sunday, December 21st.
Okay. And so you were inside more, and you had more time sitting around a fire.
Okay.
So you tell more stories, and the best kind of stories are ghost stories.
Spooky stories.
Yeah. And then and it used to be like with Brothers Grimm, all these stories used to be oral tradition, because back then if you were illiterate, you could still tell a story, or a local ghost story. Everybody knew the story.
Yeah, and I mean, at some point, printed paper was not, like, the printing press wasn't invented.
Yeah.
So you'd have to handwrite everything.
Right.
And then, because I think of like movies or like the Book of Eli.
Yeah.
You ever seen that?
Yeah.
Where he remembers the whole Bible.
Yeah, because he read it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but could he not read, or was he blind?
See, I don't know. I've heard that he was blind, but I thought maybe he just could read Braille.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I think he could see, but his book was Braille.
Yeah.
And then at the end he gets to somebody, and then they have to handwrite his dictation.
Right.
Yeah, I just to think that there was like like your job was just to rewrite books and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of monks did that.
Yeah. And like I like the big like first letter that's all like flourishy.
Yeah, and all the cool artwork they did. But yeah, with the Industrial Revolution, along came the steam-powered printing press, and also literacy was on the rise, and
Because you had like more public schools and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the cost of printing things came down with the printing press. So then all these editors of like periodicals were looking for stuff to fill their pages with. And so they started getting all these old ghost stories that used to just be like an oral tradition. They could write them down. Mm-hmm. And it became like super famous in 1843 because it was like a tradition, and then they wrote these pamphlets, and then it became a tradition to read ghost stories around the fire around Christmas, the winter solstice. And Charles Dickens in 1843 wrote the novella A Christmas Carol.
Oh yeah,
which is like the super popular one. Mm-hmm. And it's a ghost story.
Which is, I was just hearing something about that, like, I can't remember who was talking about it, but they're like, I hate that everybody thinks that the idea is like against rich people because Scrooge like hoards his money.
Yeah.
But Scrooge is also like against people being so frivolous.
Right.
So it's like you really got two good stories there. Because he's like, he is in the same room as Cratchit. Is that the guy?
Yeah.
And like Cratchit wants to put more coal on the fire, but like, I mean, Scrooge is in there halfway freezing to death too.
Right.
But
he's a miser.
Yeah.
Pinch those pennies.
Yeah, but also like Christmas is a time where you like spend money on Black Friday and buy a bunch of shit you probably don't need.
I think it's more about charity in the overall thing, and it might be a slight towards rich people, but it's more like there's the have and the have-nots. Mm-hmm. There's times like Christmas where it's okay to, spend some money or give, charity.
And I think what we've really gotten away from right now is the intentionality.
Right.
Like your great uncle doesn't need a 10th world's best great uncle mug.
Right. No, but he likes the camaraderie and that you're thinking about him.
Kind of like we were talking about the tree and stuff, you know, instead of, you always have to be giving gifts and things like that. Like, sit around and look at your tree and talk about it.
Give your time.
Yeah. Time is worth a lot.
Right. But not just like through the story of A Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens helped keep the tradition going because he was also an editor of a lot of, they called them periodicals, but like magazines and stuff back in the day. And so he started working ghost stories into his magazines around Christmas time. And like in the States, that tradition didn't really hold up too much because one, we were like a puritanical people back in the day, like the Scarlet Letter type, like, she's a witch, burn 'em, and we didn't really care about supernatural superstitions and stuff like that.
We didn't care for it.
For them, yes. And because of the Irish and the Scottish immigrants, they kind of made ghost stories part of Halloween, part of Samhain. So then it wasn't really that big at Christmas. But with Charles Dickens and the Christmas Carol, it became really popular. Probably because Charles Dickens was a popular writer, not necessarily because it was a ghost story. So it kind of really didn't get its foothold in the United States as much as it does in Great Britain. Because they for the longest time, they had a long-running TV show that they would play in the holiday, like Christmas season, called Ghost Story for Christmas. And it was hosted by Sir Christopher Lee.
Who's that?
Sauron.
Oh, yes. Dude, I have had this video in my Watch Later YouTube for so long about Christopher Lee and like all the crazy shit he's done.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, but he sounds like a really crazy character even outside of being an actor.
Yeah. There's also a book called The Valancourt Book of Victorian Christmas Ghost Stories.
Oh.
There's a lot of good ones in there. And they're mostly about like redemption and just like family or like, you know, forgive and forget type stuff, but they have like, you know, a supernatural bend to them. And a lot of them portray like that upper middle class, like British, like Downton Abbey type Christmas stuff.
Because you want to hear stories about people who you aren't, right?
Right.
Like,
and like, you know, people that, and it's like that Victorian Christmas is kind of what we do now with the tree and the
because not everybody could
and the
go
garland.
and cut down a tree and
and decorate their house and have all the good like cookies and pies and cakes and stuff. But there are like the British royal family has a couple of Christmas ghosts.
Really?
Yeah, every year they go to this place called Sandringham House, which is their country house.
Okay.
I mean, it's not really a house, it's a mansion.
Yeah.
And it says that like a lot of the workers, I guess staff, back then they'd be servants, but a lot of the staff and lords, they say a lot of the old ones haunt the house.
Oh, okay.
And they usually show up right before Christmas and then linger for like 6 weeks or so afterwards.
Damn.
Yeah, and they say they usually don't like Christmas cards because, you know, the Queen of England gets a lot of Christmas cards. She did get a lot of Christmas cards, and they would always be like thrown about or knocked over or like disturbed.
Oh, okay. The ghosts didn't like them.
Yeah, and they would hear a lot of disembodied voices going up and down the hallway. Yeah. One servant said, or staff member said they fell asleep in the library and woke up to books flying off the shelves.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's a classic. That's a classic ghost thing.
Yeah, and in 1996, there were staff members that said there was like ghosts walking around in the cellar. Yeah, and yeah, and the Queen, or Queen Elizabeth, whatever she was, I don't know which number she is.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, but she believed in the supernatural because her mom believed in the supernatural, and so she would not let any of the staff talk ill about the ghosts. She would be like, "They're our guests. They're just here for the holiday, like always." And she would just tell them to. She didn't like them complaining about the ghosts in her presence.
Yeah, I wonder if ghosts are more of like almost like a religious thing. Like the more spiritual or religious you are, the more likely you are to believe in ghosts. Because if you don't believe that there's an afterlife,
then you wouldn't believe
that they can stick around.
Right. Maybe.
Anyways, keep going.
Yeah. And Queen Elizabeth II, which I think is her mom, so she must have been Queen Elizabeth III. But there was a room on the main level where her dad, King George the Sixth, VI, is that 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, King George the Sixth, before he died, he occupied this room because it was on the main level, so he didn't have to go up downstairs and all that. And they said that room was so haunted that the staff wouldn't even go work in there.
Oh, shit.
So that Queen Elizabeth II then conducted like a seance exorcism type thing.
Whoa.
They said it was a ritual because, of course, somebody who was there told about it. And they said it was more like a ritual where they did communion and said some special prayers. And that it was more like to bring a tranquility, not necessarily to banish the ghosts. And so maybe I think that's why Queen Elizabeth later on was like, you can't talk bad about the ghosts because one of them might be my grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool. And at Buckingham Palace, there's a ghost.
That's the main place, right?
Yeah, the one that's next to Big Ben and Parliament and all that. Because it used to be Westminster Abbey, which just had a bunch of monks before it was the royal palace. And there's a story of a monk who got imprisoned there for, they didn't really say why, but he ended up starving to death.
Okay.
And it says that every year on Christmas, he shows up in the back garden and rattles his chains and they say it's like his way of
Ghost shit.
celebrating Christmas, but it also says a lot of them, it's more like he just stumbles around in the courtyard with his chains on, complaining about his situation, and then he just kind of fades out.
Ruffles.
Yeah. So.
Wow, lots of ghosts.
Ghosts.
Lots of
Christmas.
spooky cookies.
Yeah, so it's not just a Christmas Carol. There's something to ghosts and Christmas being like related.
Yeah. It makes The Nightmare Before Christmas seem a little bit more accurate.
Yeah. Which is a Christmas movie, not a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
Because it takes place after Halloween.
Do you have any movies or anything you watch?
I like Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Oh.
That one's a good one.
I'll have to check that out.
It's a Jim Henson
Okay.
production.
Talking about what was the Christmas, not a Christmas Carol, Christmas.
The Muppets Christmas Carol?
Yeah, the Muppets Christmas Carol.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that.
Yeah, that's actually one of the better adaptations.
I like the Rat.
Rizzo.
Yeah, Rizzo.
Yeah. I know my Muppets.
And then who's the guy in that? He's like Alfred also. He's
Yeah.
Alfred.
Famous British actor.
Yeah, I'll look it up. What's some other Christmas shit? Are you gonna share your Christmas playlist onto the podcast Facebook?
I mean, I can.
I'll do it if you don't.
Oh, okay. There's always Christmas Vacation, Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine, yeah.
As soon as you hear the name, you're like, oh, yeah.
Michael Caine. Yeah, he's got that kind of name where it's like, what'd Michael Caine say when he went to the after party?
What?
You want to do some of Michael Caine?
That's a good one. I missed the boat on, and I should just watch it. Missed the boat on watching Trains, Planes, and Automobiles for
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I missed that one too.
I'm trying to, and I'm like a little too late or whatever for my kid's like 16 going on 17, so
Yeah.
I really bunked up a lot of traditions. But
Yeah. Well, when we were doing the Christmas tree, we pulled up Frosty on Hulu.
okay.
It was more commercials than Frosty.
Ugh.
It was kind of annoying. I'm like, okay, let's not watch this.
Rudolph is also a good,
Rudolph, yeah.
the animated one.
All those, I think they're called Rankin Bass. Those claymation.
Oh,
kinda-
okay. Rankin Bass is like the production?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think. Don't quote me on that, but
Because there's a lot of them. There's like Little Drummer Boy, I think is one.
There's Rudolph. There's
Frosty.
Frosty's cartoon,
Oh.
but there's the Chris.
Maybe I'm thinking
Kringle.
of the snowman.
Yeah, the Abominable Snowman.
Well, doesn't like a snowman with like a cane and like vest.
Oh yeah,
host
he's telling the story.
Yeah.
Because there's the one about Santa Claus. There's the Rudolph one, and then there's one about. Well, maybe the Santa Claus one is with the cold miser and the heat miser.
Which is Rudolph, isn't it?
Is that Rudolph? See,
No, maybe you're right.
but Rudolph is with the Misfit Toys.
And the Abominable Snowman and Cornelius, Yukon Cornelius.
Yeah, Yukon Cornelius.
Damn, remembering things.
Right. I just watched a good one though called The Fat Man.
Okay.
It's an adult one, but it's got that guy Mad Max. He was also in Lethal Weapon.
Tom Hardy?
No.
Oh no. Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson, yeah. And he plays Santa Claus.
Okay.
Well, he plays Chris.
Oh, okay.
But it's a pretty good one. It's got some parts are a little heavy-handed. Like he'll give a little speech, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. You're a grumpy old man, and kids these days aren't like they used to be. And but it's a movie where in that universe, Santa Claus exists, and this like Richie kid, gets coal for Christmas. and so then he hires a hitman to kill Santa Claus.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool, and like how they did it with like having Santa Claus be like a real thing. I'm like, okay, because I thought they were just kind of like, you know, like those movies like Miracle on 34th Street where it's like he's Santa Claus, but is he really? This one's like, oh no, he's Santa Claus.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of cool how they did that.
Or like The Santa Claus
The Santa
with Tim Allen.
Oh yeah,
Classic. Or that, I remember, I haven't watched it a bunch, but I remember that one with Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Being Santa Claus, Christmas Chronicles.
The Christmas movie, or is it the Christmas Chronicles?
I think it's called the Christmas Chronicles.
Okay.
But I remember that being pretty good.
Well, there's one, I don't know if we're talking about the same one, where it's got like Dudley Do-Right in it, and maybe that's called Christmas the movie or Santa Claus the movie, where the elf gets with the big toy executive and then steals the reindeer's flight stuff and like tries to deliver their own toys, and everything goes crazy and kids are getting broken toys and stuff like that.
I don't know.
And they have to do the super loop-de-loop.
Dudley Moore?
Yeah.
Santa Claus the movie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
I don't think that's the Kurt Russell one, though.
No.
Okay.
And then there was one with the dude from Stranger Things, Hopper. You ever watch
Oh, yeah.
He was a Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's the one where he gets stuck in the house and has to beat up the terrorists.
I don't remember that. But,
Yeah.
they kind of talking about your Mel Gibson one. It would be cool if they made a Christmas movie in summer.
Yeah.
As Santa like vacationing or
Right.
something.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I don't know how. I mean, you'd have to be a writer to write it, but
Right.
And I don't know if you'd like. I feel like a lot of them now are actiony.
Right, because there's the big red one that just came out with The Rock in it.
The Rock, yeah.
Yeah.
Or there was that. I watched it once, and I remember finding it decent, but that like holiday characters cartoon.
Yeah, it was like the Guardians or something like that. Yeah.
When Santa Claus had like a bunch of fucking tattoos and stuff.
Right.
That was kind of tight.
Yeah. Ernest Saves Christmas.
Oh, okay.
That one's a good one.
Ernest Goes to Africa. You ever seen that one?
It's something to do with Christmas.
Oh, right.
I haven't seen that one. Scared Stupid, Goes to Jail, and Saves Christmas.
Okay.
Or like and then there's that Goes to Camp. I think it's a good one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're watching these things, are you just streaming them? You got a bunch of Christmas movies?
I have a decent handful of Christmas movies.
Elf? Dude, how did we miss Elf? It has gotten played out, but for a good reason, because it's a great Christmas movie.
A Christmas Story.
A Christmas, yep.
I mean, I've always...
We went to that house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when we went on vacation to Niagara Falls, we stopped at the Christmas Story house.
Oh.
And it was like very little of it was shot in the house.
Yeah.
And then they also had like a remake of the car.
Okay.
That the dad drove, and they had a whole gift shop like the size of the house that was it was dedicated to almost all Christmas movies. You could buy the leg lamp. You could get like dog toys of like the leg lamp and the RV.
Okay.
So that's from National Lampoon's.
Yeah, Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, but they also had like elf stuff, and I can't remember what else, but
Just a lot of Christmas stuff.
yeah, it was all famous Christmas movie, like vintage, mostly vintage.
Yeah.
Would you consider Elf a vintage Christmas movie now?
No.
I mean, it was like 20 years ago, right? Like,
I mean...
but like from Elf and later,
Yeah.
they had stuff from those Christmas movies.
Okay.
It was a good stop in Ohio.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Indiana.
No.
That's where it's supposed to be. Terre Haute, I think, Indiana.
Oh, okay. Well, the house was in Ohio.
Okay.
Cleveland,
Maybe.
I think. because we just popped into town and then popped back out.
Yeah, if you were skirting the lakes, I think Cleveland would probably be closer.
Yeah. I recommend it stop.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's all I had.
That's all you got? Do you have any kind of weird Christmas tradition?
We don't really. I was talking to my kid, like, what do you kind of remember from Christmas? And because he's always bouncing around from house to house and stuff. But he was talking about my grandmother's, his great grandmother's house for Christmas. And he would have been, no older than like 5 or 6, but they just had a perfect house. It was like, a normal living room, couple bedrooms, kitchen on the first floor, but the basement was one big, like, kind of party room.
Yeah.
And my grandpa had a ton of toys.
Was that the one with the built-in
bar?
And
yeah.
All that? Yeah.
And when I was growing up, and a little bit when he was growing up, but we just, like, it was my grandparents, and they had 5 kids, and then there was like 15 grandkids.
Yeah.
And so it was huge. And then by the time my kid was, around, there was a lot of great grandkids.
Yeah.
But it was a good time. And it was just really interesting that he remembers that fondly, because it wasn't around a lot when he was
like growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was pretty young. But I don't really have any. I still have my old stocking from when I was a kid.
Yeah, I still got that.
I like the stocking. I like I like doing the Christmas lights. I'm bummed talking about it.
Yeah.
Other than that, not really.
Oh, do you go check out? You have a house you check out every year, I thought.
We had one up the street.
Yeah.
And we have gone around to some of them. Dwyer and Michaels puts out
they do some
list
of the really good,
or maybe at least has like a link.
The ones that are seeked up and everything.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like finding them in the wild. I'll like if I'm driving around and I got time and I see something down a side street, I'll go turn around.
Yeah, I'll do that. Because me and the old lady try to have a date night or something, and especially like the last couple of years when everybody was being distant, just going on car rides and then just driving through some neighborhoods and just seeing all the lights and stuff.
Yeah. And I see some family. I kind of get torn between like, oh, I have to go see family versus like I wouldn't normally. I wish I did more.
Right.
So that the holidays didn't seem like I have to, because I was always like getting carted around between my mom and my dad, and now my kids got my mom, my wife's mom and dad, his mother's mother, his stepdad's grandparents or parents, and so he's got like twice as many as me.
Yeah.
So he gets, pulled in all sorts of directions. So I can't wait to be like the grandparent or something and just be like, pizza 2 days after Christmas, no big deal.
Exactly. I wasn't carted around too much. Like every other Christmas we'd go to my mom's side in North Carolina to my grandparents' house, and then that's all the cousins and aunts and uncles and great aunts and stuff. And then on my dad's side, he had a pretty big family. And they were like a little more richy, be like farmers and construction workers and contractors. So, like upper middle class. So they had like big farmhouses with like a great room with like the huge ceilings and the big trees and stuff. And that was always fun because we did we called it Dirty Santa, but now I think they call it White Elephant now. But you would
and there's like different rules.
Bring a present, and then you'd pick a present, and then everybody would get to swap either once or twice. I think we would do it twice, but then after a while we just started doing it once, because usually after the first round everybody's kind of got what they want.
Yankee swap.
Yeah, but sometimes the second is fun because someone who really got that cool blanket, then someone else can snatch it from them.
We do have a tradition, and it's watching all the Office Christmases.
Oh, okay.
So they're on Peacock, and I think Peacock even separates them out into its own thing.
Okay.
Like I know, or I think Disney also does it, where it like has its own Christmas like section.
Yeah, Netflix doesn't do that, but Hulu does. The old lady was like, you just type in Christmas, and it's all the Christmas episodes of different shows.
Yeah.
Like, we watched the newest Family Guy Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
We're working on Parks and Rec, so I wonder how far we'll get if we'll get into any Christmases.
Huh. Yeah, I always like to. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They have a Christmas one I like to watch.
The only episode I ever tend to watch on that is the board game episode.
Oh, yeah.
And I've watched it like 8 times. I don't know if I've seen another full episode of
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's really good.
Yeah. But in that one is kind of cool because their tradition is to throw rocks at a train on Christmas.
That's funny.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny because we have a Halloween tradition. Well, it's like after Halloween, we always smash our pumpkins.
Okay.
We'll take them down by the river someplace, And this year we went down by the railroad tracks because it was cold when we finally got to do it. And we had a bunch of pears for some reason. Like, the old lady picked them up, but then we didn't get through them all. And then we were down by the railroad tracks, and there were 2 trains like going by. So we started whipping the pears at the trains, and I'm like, that's actually fun. Maybe I should throw rocks at a train on Christmas.
That's funny. Hey, let us know what your holiday traditions are. We got a great special episode coming up for those that listen. You know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. And hey, be good to your family, be good to your friends, but make sure you're good to yourselves.
Yes, and remember, good tidings we bring to you and your kin.